From Red Zone Weather in Bruton, Alabama, with meteorologist Spinks Meganson. Live hurricane coverage starts right now.
Our first tornado warning of the day is now in effect for parts of southern Mobile County. Hurricane Ida is now a high-end, dangerous Category 4 hurricane set to make landfall imminently in about 6 hours in parts of southeastern Louisiana near Grand Isle. But we are here first this morning to talk about the active tornado warning that is in effect for southern Mobile County. And this is a new tornado warning that has actually just been issued, valid until 8 a.m. for southern Mobile County. If you're in Bayou La Battery or areas near Dauphin Island, you need to be implementing your tornado safe plan right now, as we have a possible tornado near DIP in the Dauphin Island Bridge moving to the northwest. Possible tornado is going to be right in through here near Dauphin Island, and this is lifting just like this. This is going to include Bayou La Battery and Coden in southern Mobile County, and we need those communities to take action right now to protect life and property and get to that tornado safe place. This is the first tornado warning that we have had this morning. And this is a situation where we have a possible tornado coming into areas near Bayou La Battery and also near Coden in southern Mobile County. Let's see if we can go over to the velocity view and get a better vantage point for what we're looking at here, so that we can tell you exactly where that possible tornado is. So here's Alabama Port. This is DIP. You're looking at southern Mobile County. This tornado warning is in effect until 8 a.m. local time. Possible tornado is very near Dauphin Island, and this is moving around the large counterclockwise circulation of Hurricane Ida. And so what that means is this possible tornado is going to be moving into Bayou La Battery in the next 5 minutes. And so again, if you know someone at Bayou La Battery, Alabama, call them, text them, tag them in the comments below, and let them know that they are now under an active tornado warning. And again, this is a situation where we have a possible tornado coming into areas near Alabama Port and also near Bayou La Battery in southern Mobile County. Just looking at our NWS chat feed, our direct connection with the National Weather Service in Mobile, they are indicating right now that the possible tornado is moving across Cedar Point and also near the Dauphin Island Bridge right now. And that's evident on the radar data right in through here. You see the red and green. This is called a couplet in the atmosphere, and this is moving just like this. And so on that trajectory, this is going to be an issue imminently for areas near Bayou La Battery. The main road in through here, of course, is DIP, Dauphin Island Parkway, which is Alabama Highway 193 that connects Mobile down to Dauphin Island. And this thing is right on top of the Dauphin Island Bridge right there. This is going to be coming into areas near Bayou La Battery and Alabama Highway 188 and Coden as well over the next really 5 minutes. So it can't be stressed enough. Possible tornado coming into Coden. If you live within 5 miles of Alabama Highway 188 down here in the southern part of Mobile County, you need to be making it happen and get to that tornado safe place right now. If you're familiar with this area, you also know you have Alabama Port and Heron Bay right in through here. This is near Cedar Point now, basically coming out of areas near Dauphin Island and moving just like this. Let's zoom out a bit on the radar and go back over to the classic reflectivity view. And please do not fall into the trap thinking that you're going to be able to step outside and see this thing. You're not. It's most likely a rain-wrapped tornado, and this is over water at this point. So technically speaking, this is a water spout, and it's going to become a tornado as it moves in through here near Alabama Highway 188 over the next few minutes near Coden and also near Bayou La Battery. Those are the two main communities involved with this. And so with that said, by the way, if you're in downtown Mobile, Pritchard, Grand Bay, Tillman's Corner, Theodore, also areas up here near Navco, you are not involved in this tornado warning. This is strictly for the southern part of Mobile County. Possible tornado right here near Dauphin Island coming up the pike into Coden and also Bayou La Battery. You've also got some heavier rain out here near the Fort Morgan Peninsula right now, but no part of Baldwin County is under a tornado warning early on on this Sunday morning. This is the first warning that we've had today. We expect many more, and a tornado watch does continue for the entire part of Mobile County. And so what that means is, in addition to this warning that we've got going on in the southern end of the county, down here near Dauphin Island, tornado watch for Mobile, Baldwin, Escambia, and Washington counties in Alabama, and also for Escambia, Santa Rosa, and Okaloosa counties in northwest Florida, now involved in a tornado watch until 7 o'clock tonight. But again, the only warning that we have as of 7:40 a.m. is this, and it's for the southern part of Mobile County. Let's zoom in pretty tightly and check on a few other things here. And I think this is somewhat of a better view right in through there. That's going to be your possible tornado, and this is moving just like that. And so we would advise absolutely no travel at this point on Alabama Highway 188 from Grand Bay back over to Alabama Port. That's that connector road, the main drag there in Bayou La Battery. No travel on 188. We also advise no travel this morning on DIP, Dauphin Island Parkway, let's say from Mobile all the way down to Dauphin Island. Again, this weather is about to take a turn for the worst in through here, with this possible tornado coming into areas just to the southwest of Alabama Port and Heron Bay, coming on shore, coming right into Bayou La Battery. It can't be stressed enough for the folks that are in Bayou La Battery. We need you to be in that tornado safe place right now. By the way, what does that mean? It's been a while since we've had a tornado warning in this part of Mobile County. Let's put up what you need to be doing on the screen right now in Mobile County, southern Mobile County, that is. Lowest floor of a site-built structure away from windows and doors. We want you to put as many walls as you possibly can between you and the outside world in Bayou La Battery, in Coden, areas near Heron Bay, and DIP in southern Mobile County. If you're in the city of Mobile, Pritchard, West Mobile, Wilmer, Citronelle, Mount Vernon, this has nothing to do with you. This is strictly for the areas in southern Mobile County under this active tornado warning. We'll go back over to the radar, and before we do, let's look at our satellite imagery. For those of you that just may be joining us, the top story this morning is this. Of course, Hurricane Ida packing maximum sustained winds of 150 miles per hour. Look at this eye wall that has developed around this concentric eye right in through here. This is going to be a storm that is catastrophic in nature for areas like Grand Isle, Louisiana, unfortunately. I just hate to see this, wake up to this morning. Certainly something you never ever want to see with a developing strong eye wall of a high-end Category 4 hurricane. And even on the outer fringe of this is one of the outer bands, and that has prompted a tornado warning this morning that's valid until 8 o'clock for parts of southern Mobile County. If it feels like I'm repeating myself, by the way, in our tornado warning coverage, that's the nature of the game. We got so many folks coming in the stream and going out that it's important to reconvey, per se, the information. Again, the possible tornado is right in through here. I will say that signature appears to be a bit more broad than it once was, and that's a good thing. NWS sending a message just a second ago. Possible tornado is currently very near Cedar Point, and also this will continue to move northwest at 40 miles per hour and move towards Bayou La Battery in the next 10 to 15 minutes. So again, you've got 10 or so minutes in Bayou La Battery, maybe not even that for the folks on the southeast side of town. We would encourage everyone to be sheltered in Bayou La Battery and points just to the southeast out towards Alabama Port. We'll zoom in even tighter here, and let's go over to a different source. There's a better view of this right there. That blob is going to be your possible tornado, and this is moving just like that. Looks like this is going to miss Bellingrath Gardens to the south. Bellingrath, of course, is right up here. That's DIP. This is Alabama Highway 188 that runs through Bayou La Battery. This is going to be a core issue for Bayou La Battery and Coden, which is right here. And so those two places, again, tag folks. If you know someone in Bayou La Battery, don't play with this. This is a possible tornado coming into Bayou La Battery from the southeast, moving off to the northwest. Obviously, that's typically not the way that tornadoes move around here. Most tornadoes move from southwest to northeast, but this is around a hurricane. And so this is a different story. This is in one of those outer bands associated with Hurricane Ida this morning. We'll zoom out and check the rest of the region to see if we see anything in terms of an imminent tornado threat. And I do not. We do have heavy rain falling right now across parts of the Pensacola Metro, southern part of Pace, out towards Florida Town. You've also got heavy rain at Gulf Breeze, near the Andrews Institute, back down to Pensacola Beach. Storms firing also near Perdido Key, and also a storm near Eglin Air Force Base. But these are below severe limits in northwest Florida, so nothing to worry about right now in northwest Florida. Big time rain coming into areas near Gulf Shores and Orange Beach. From the west, you've got heavy rain falling right now near Fort Morgan. But again, the only tornado warning that we have for any part of Alabama at this point is for Dauphin Island, Codin, and Bayou La Battery in the southern part of Mobile County in Alabama. And y'all know the drill. If I go silent for a bit, just bear with me, because again, we've got so many things going on in the studio this morning that we are trying to keep up with all the wonderful data that is coming in. Obviously, we are on the 16th anniversary of Hurricane Katrina today, and we have another powerful, potentially catastrophic hurricane moving into Louisiana in terms of that center point. And on the outer bands of that, we're seeing situations just like this. We've already had a tornado warning over near Gulfport, Mississippi earlier, but this one is for southern Alabama, specifically for coastal Alabama, near Codin and Bayou La Battery, involved in this active tornado warning. We'll back the radar up, and again, let's go over to the velocity view, because that really tells the tale. You can't really see anything on reflectivity when I show you the classic radar view. It looks like a bucket of spilled paint, red, green, yellow, you name it, you got it on the classic reflectivity. But this paints a clear picture of a circulation that's right in through here, coming just like that into Bayou La Battery. So let me just stress, if you're in Bayou La Battery or Codin, you don't have time to try to get to an outside tornado shelter in some other location than what you are in. It's now time to hunker down where you are and put as many walls as you can between you and the outside world. Again, this possible tornado is coming into Bayou La Battery. And on that note, I know that obviously the polygon still technically includes Dauphin Island, but at this point, there is no imminent tornado threat at Dauphin Island. So you can come out of that tornado hiding place at this point and resume normal activities for now. You may have more warnings a bit later, but again, for Dauphin Island, Alabama, we'll give you a tornado all clear for now. Also, DIP, this is DIP, Alabama Highway 193 that connects Dauphin Island back up the western shore of Mobile Bay, ultimately to the city of Mobile. We can give you a tornado all clear to drive on Alabama Highway 193 for now. Again, more tornado warnings possible later. But again, we are tracking this possible tornado that is coming into areas near Bayou La Battery this morning. Let's go ahead and zoom in. And again, this is certainly not the most impressive tornado signature that I have ever seen, but it's also not the worst. And so I say that to say it's going to be very important that folks in Bayou La Battery get to that tornado safe place and make it happen right now. We want you in that safe place, meaning the middle part of your house, away from windows and doors. The idea is to put as many walls as you can between you and the outside world. And again, the main thoroughfare in through here is going to be Alabama Highway 188 that runs through Bayou La Battery. If you live near, just thinking about this area, you've got Shell Belt Road. That's another major road right in through here in Bayou La Battery. Shell Belt Road right here, Alabama Highway 193. Be sheltered. If you live within 5 miles of those two roads that I just called out, anywhere in Bayou La Battery, be in a safe place. Possible tornado moving in from the southeast. And getting some new data in from the Hurricane Center. What's happening? The Hurricane Center is issuing what we call position updates on Hurricane Ida this morning. Again, the center of the storm now located about 50 to 60 miles just to the south of Grand Isle. This thing is moving just like that. And so this is going to be a direct hit in terms of the inner eye wall of this hurricane into Grand Isle, Louisiana. Max winds up to 150 miles per hour with this storm. But again, we are here to talk about the ongoing tornado warning that continues until at least 8 a.m. for parts of southern Mobile County. With this signature, wouldn't be surprised if this is extended into areas on down the road, per se, in parts of southern Mobile County, like Grand Bay. That's going to be the next area. Also Union Chapel, right in through here. If you're in Grand Bay, putting you on notice, you may get a tornado warning in the next 5 to 10 minutes if the Weather Service chooses to extend this. And so again, giving you lead time, St. Elmo, Grand Bay, southern Mobile County, along I-10 and also along U.S. Highway 90 and through here. You need to be getting ready to implement that tornado safe place plan, as you've got a possible tornado very near Dauphin Island right now. This thing is basically at Coden, right here. Coden is right here, and this is going to be paralleling Alabama Highway 193 in southern Mobile County. Here's some good news to pass along. We can tell you this: if you are on the western shore of Mobile Bay, near places like Bellingrath Gardens, Fowl River, Del Champs, and Alabama Port, we can give you a tornado all clear for now. Even though you're technically still included in this polygon, this tornado is more of an issue for Coden and Bayou La Batterie. And this is going to be coming into areas near Dixon Corner and also Grand Bay. You've also got St. Elmo. There's the St. Elmo Airport right in through here. Those areas outside of the polygon need to be getting ready to implement that tornado safety plan in just a few moments, because what may happen, you may get an extension of this warning. In fact, let's check our NWS chat feed to see if the Weather Service is planning to extend that. Current time, by the way, is 7:51 a.m. I'm meteorologist Spinks Meganson as we track a possible tornado coming into areas near Bayou La Batterie in southern Mobile County. This possible tornado is basically on top of Bayou La Batterie and Coden, and the thing is moving rapidly to the northwest at about 40 miles per hour. And again, just checking our sources here with the Weather Service to see if they are planning to extend this warning. There's a new scan from the radar. And again, this is not the tightest tornado couplet signature that I've seen, but right in through here, no doubt about it, this thing is rotating like a top. These are going to be low-topped storms today. In other words, they're not extending high into the atmosphere, but you can get these brief tropical tornadoes that can do extensive damage in very localized areas. And that's what we're concerned about right here in Coden and Bayou La Batterie. That's going to be your circulation basically at those two communities right now. And again, the critical messaging here is if the Weather Service is going to allow this tornado warning to expire, or if they are going to extend it. Yeah, and I'm getting a message from the Weather Service. The circulation is intensifying, or seems to be, and lowering as it approaches the southeast side of Bayou La Batterie. Take cover now. All right, that's messaging from the National Weather Service. Take cover now. No doubt this tornado may be on the ground and may develop shortly based on the latest radar scans. So again, watching this possible tornado in southern Mobile County that very well could be doing damage at this point in Bayou La Batterie. Let's go to our debris tracker and let's put that in motion. I don't think you're going to see anything in the way of a debris signature right in through there. That's going to be your storm right here. And no, I do not see anything that would suggest a debris signature, which is a good thing. But in these low top storms, it may be hard to get that on radar. Let's go back over to our velocity product. And I see that we actually have another storm out in the Gulf that is broadly rotating. This is going to be down south of, this is Gulf Shores right here, Orange Beach. That's your storm right here. Could have some broad rotation here. Another storm rotating here. Could be an issue for Fort Morgan in about 20 minutes. We'll watch that one with time. But for now, the only tornado warning that we have on the board is for southern Mobile County, valid until 8 a.m. local time. And look at that, your signature is getting more defined in through here, unfortunately right over Bayou La Batterie. And so what we would tell you If by chance you are seeing this video at the last minute, if you're in Bayou La Batre, get sheltered now, right now. Don't wait. Could have a tornado moving in from the southeast just like that. So let's look downwind, because I can almost tell you with certainty, based on the language we're seeing in our NWS chat system, you're about to get another separate tornado warning for southwestern Mobile County, Grand Bay, Dixon Corner, also areas near St. Elmo, Union Chapel. Go ahead and get to that tornado safe place in the next 5 to 10 minutes, as most likely you are about to go under yet another tornado warning for the southern part of Mobile County. Let me stress, this is going to clearly pass well to the south of the city of Mobile. Theodore, Pritchard, you do not have any issues up here in the Mobile Metro. This is an issue for southern Mobile County, lifting out of Bayou La Batre just like that. And I would suspect in the next few minutes we will get a brand new warning polygon. Current time is 7:55 a.m. I'm meteorologist Spinks Meganson. And let's kind of bounce back between our other system, because again, we're watching Hurricane Ida this morning that continues to unfortunately rapidly strengthen immediately prior to its expected landfall in the next 6 to 8 hours in southeastern Louisiana. Let's zoom in on the center of this storm. And I tell you, that is just something you pray you don't ever see, because this storm is going to produce catastrophic impacts for this part of Louisiana. New Orleans is here. You've got Venice, Houma, also areas near Grand Isle. Grand Isle is right on that eye wall right now. Here's the eye. This is the eye wall right in through here. And winds down in through here are howling. I'm talking terrible winds, probably in excess of 150 miles an hour right now or shortly in Grand Isle, Louisiana. And let's look at how large this hurricane is, because as we zoom out a bit, you'll see this is the high-res meso sector scan of the GOES satellite. And what's happening here, this tornado warning down around Bayou La Batre is on an outer rain band. We're going to get more of those over the next several hours. This is only the first of what likely will be many tornado warnings today for part of our local area. All of this mess in the Gulf is going to move just like this, around this large counterclockwise circulation of Hurricane Ida. I see we've got a new message from the Weather Service. This is going to be a new tornado warning. So we've got a new tornado warning to tell you about. And let's go back over to our live radar and show you exactly who is involved in this new tornado warning. There it is for the folks that we were just talking about a minute ago. Dixon Corner, also areas near Union Chapel. You've also got Grand Bay, St. Elmo involved in this tornado warning for southwestern Mobile County. This tornado warning is going to be on the board until 8:45 a.m. So at least 45 more minutes on this thing, as this outer rain band of Hurricane Ida continues to push in from the south. We'll zoom in and show you exactly where this tornado is happening, because again, the concern at this point is very near Bayou La Batre, or perhaps just to the northwest of there, near Shell Belt Road. This is Shell Belt Road right here. You've got Alabama Highway 188 that goes up to I-10. No traveling on 188 at this point. And I wouldn't be shocked in the next 20 minutes or so if this thing goes into Mississippi and parts of Jackson County, Mississippi, probably well to the north of I-10 at that point. Your possible tornado is lifting just like that. Again, not your traditional tornado warning motion that you typically see around here in the springtime when we get these, long-form tornado outbreaks. Tornadoes generally move from southwest to northeast, but this one is moving from southeast to northwest. And the reason for that is because it's in the outer rain band of Hurricane Ida, and this possible tornado is coming into Grand Bay. So Grand Bay, St. Elmo, also areas near Union Chapel, down here in the southern part of Mobile County. These are your new tornado warnings, valid until 8:45 a.m., or I should say tornado warning, singular, not plural. New warning is in effect until 8:45 local time. That also means that for those of you that just may be joining us, if you're in Alabama Port, also areas near Delchamps or Bellingrath Gardens or Dauphin Island, this warning is about to go off of the board, and those communities that I just called out get a tornado all clear for now. I know you're in the polygon still technically, but that one will be trimmed out. And again, Codin and Bayou La Battery, you need to stay in that tornado safe place. Don't come out of that tornado hiding place in Codin and Bayou La Battery. Possible tornado moving just like that. And I see that first box, that polygon, has actually been allowed to go away by the Weather Service, so you'll see that go off the screen in a minute. This very well could be a possible tornado in through here, and I tell you, I have rarely used this tool, but I want to get the spatial tools up so I can give you some of the road names in through here. So if I call your road out, you need to get sheltered. Henderson Camp Road, right in through there. You're also looking at areas near Turkey Farm Road, right here. You've also got areas in southern Mobile County. Let's zoom in even tighter near this tornado circulation, right in through here. Possible tornado coming into areas near Pinto Court, Grand Avenue, Dauphin Court. You've also got areas near County Highway 11 in southern Mobile County, Ladnier Road, Henderson Camp Road, and State Highway, of course, 188. This is going to be 188 right in through here. Also, just got a message from the Weather Service that this is now a confirmed tornado on the ground. We have an amateur radio report from this area that there is a tornado being spotted in Codin moving north-northwest off Railroad Street. Large rotation visible, no debris visible according to this train spotter, but nonetheless we are seeing a situation where we have a tornado on the ground in southern Mobile County, coming into areas near Grand Bay and just to the south of there, south of Interstate 10 at this point. And again, folks in Grand Bay and areas near the St. Elmo Airport and St. Elmo, you need to be sheltered. This is a tornado on the ground at this point, likely doing damage in southern Mobile County. Moving just like that. Again, basically paralleling Alabama Highway 188 coming into Grand Bay. If you know someone in Grand Bay, Alabama, you call them. Stop what you're doing right now and call them, text them, tag them in the comments below and let them know there very well could be a tornado headed towards their location. We know that there's a tornado on the ground. We got eyeballs on it from a train spotter in through here. This thing is moving just like that, going to cross the interstate in the next 5 minutes or so. And again, for folks in Grand Bay, you are the next community in line to see this possible tornado in the next few minutes. And I tell you, that signature, like I said, it certainly is not the best that I have seen, but there likely is a tornado still on the ground in southern Mobile County. Let's go back over in just a second to our satellite source and we'll show you Hurricane Ida as it stands right now. This is the only tornado warning that we have across our entire region this morning. And again, I'm expecting more. We have a tornado watch that continues until 7 o'clock tonight for several of our local counties. And we'll talk about that in just a minute. This is a new message from the Weather Service. Weather Service indicating that the tornado is now on the northwest side of Codin. That's going to be right in through here, and Bayou La Battery lifting off to the northwest. They're saying that the storm has produced a brief tornado and may produce additional tornadoes in the next few minutes. So let's zoom out on radar and show you the entire region because I want to do a reset. We've now passed 8 a.m. Let's zoom into our area. Because again, we're tracking a tornado that has developed in southern Mobile County. A tornado warning does continue for areas near Grand Bay, Bayou La Battery, Codin, Union Chapel, and St. Elmo down here in the southwestern part of Mobile County until 8:45 a.m. On the radar, let's take down that banner if we can, joined alongside executive producer Bruce Thompson this morning. On the radar, you can see that we do have this outer rain band associated with Hurricane Ida moving in just like that. And so these storms are going to continue to move to the northwest. Same thing with these heavier areas of rain happening near Pensacola, Florida, going to move just like that. More showers are happening inland, but these are well under severe limits. A tornado watch does continue for all parts of Mobile, Baldwin, Escambia, and Washington counties in Alabama, and also Escambia, Santa Rosa, and Okaloosa counties in northwest Florida until 7 tonight. This is going to be a long duration event, and this is likely going to be the first tornado warning of what could be many today. Again, there's your possible tornado right over Grand Bay at this point, right near the intersection of Alabama Highway 188 and also US Highway 90. This is going to be very near the rest area out and through here in southern Mobile County, coming into areas near Union Chapel across the interstate. And so what I would tell you, if you're at D's right here, if you are at Union Chapel, be in a safe place. Same thing at Grand Bay. If you're at Bayou La Battery or Coden down in through here, I realize technically this polygon still includes your area, but you can come out of that tornado hiding place at this point. Bayou La Battery and Coden along Alabama Highway 188. If you're at those two communities specifically, we'll give you a tornado all clear. As this has clearly emerged up here into areas near Grand Bay, this is going to be rapidly moving towards the Alabama-Mississippi state line over the next 10 minutes or so, and this will become an issue for Jackson County, Mississippi, areas north of I-10 out here towards Hurley over the next, say, 30 to 45 minutes. So again, putting folks in Jackson County, Mississippi, north of Pascagoula, north of the interstate, on notice that you may have a tornado warning issued with a signature like that, moving just like that. So again, watching this storm very carefully. Current time is 8:05 a.m. And let's go back over to LD1 and talk about Ida briefly, because we do have a position update from the Hurricane Center to pass along. Let's look at those maximum sustained winds. I believe they kept those at 150. Yes, 150 miles per hour in terms of the strongest winds happening in the inner core of this powerful high-end Category 4 hurricane that is about to make landfall in the next 6 hours in the southern part of Louisiana, right at Grand Isle. I hope and I pray, when I said my prayers this morning, I hope and pray that the folks down here got out, because this is going to be a catastrophic, potentially deadly storm surge event for southeastern Louisiana, right in through here as this inner eye wall continues pushing onshore. I know many folks are wondering about the city of New Orleans this morning. We'll zoom in tightly. The strongest impacts of this storm have not yet reached the city of New Orleans and through here, but in about 2 to 3 hours, New Orleans is going to be engulfed in this eye wall of this powerful hurricane. Wind gusts will likely be in excess of 120 miles per hour in the city of New Orleans. And obviously with the levee system that was built after Katrina, that's another prayer this morning, that those levees hold up, because this storm is on the cusp of becoming a Category 5 hurricane this morning. More strengthening possible before landfall. Once this thing gets on shore, it probably will weaken fairly quickly. But again, got to get on shore near Grand Isle, Louisiana, before we see any weakening happen. Let's go back over to LD2 and show you the radar that continues to show a tornado warning in southern Mobile County. Possible tornado is down here near Grand Bay. This has now passed Coden and Bayou La Battery. And so again, if you're at Coden or Bayou La Battery, we'll give you an all clear. I realize that polygon does still include your area, but clearly the possible tornado is at Grand Bay and near I-10, coming into areas near Union Chapel and also St. Elmo in the far southwestern corner of Mobile County. And Bruce, if you see anything in the comments, or you can log into that iMac and use that for social media analysis as well, that would be helpful as I continue to see numerous reports of nasty looking clouds and things like that in our area and down around the beaches specifically. But so far I have heard of no specific damage in southern Mobile County. Now, we did have that report about 10 minutes ago of a tornado being on the ground near Coden and Bayou La Battery. A storm spotter down there indicated that. But at this point, I do not see any reports of damage, which is certainly a good thing. We'll zoom into our possible tornado and show you exactly where that is right now, because this signature remains intact, but again, this is certainly not the best signature I've seen all day, but that doesn't matter. We've had a confirmed tornado report, and what you see here on radar, really doesn't matter at this point, because there very well could be a tornado signature down, or a tornado, I should say, down with a signature like that. Possible tornado is over Interstate 10, and so what I'm telling you this morning is that if you happen to be traveling on Interstate 10, we would encourage you to pull over at the exit, which I believe is branded as the Irvington exit, out here south of Mobile. If you're traveling westbound on I-10, again, possible tornado has now emerged out of Grand Bay and is about to cross into Mississippi. If you're in Grand Bay proper, right in through here, we want you to stay in that tornado safe place for the next 2 to 3 minutes, but clearly this threat is at the interstate, or perhaps now just to the north of the interstate in southern Mobile County. Possible tornado is going to be coming into areas near Hurley, Mississippi, probably in about 20 minutes if the thing holds its strength. There's a real chance that it may not. In fact, it looks like that the core of that circulation has actually kind of shifted to the west and is now on top of the Alabama-Mississippi state line. And so this is going to come out of Alabama, moving into Mississippi. I realize that's kind of counter to what you would think logically in terms of the flow here. Most times, storm systems come from Mississippi and move into Alabama. But it's the opposite this morning because of what we're seeing with Hurricane Ida. Possible tornado is now exiting the state of Alabama, moving into Mississippi. And so we'll see if NWS New Orleans decides to issue a tornado warning for Jackson County, Mississippi. And if not, what we're going to do is give you kind of a summary of what you can expect over the next few hours once we lose this tiny tornado warning. And then we'll go back to covering this system in the Red Zone Weather app until we have more tornado warnings. And I'm telling you what, there are going to be more today. There's no doubt about it, as these outer rain bands of Ida continue to move in from the south. Let's go back over to our LD1 source while I look at a few other things here. I want to get up a regional radar view so we can give you a better idea of what we're looking at on radar here. You seeing anything relevant in the comments that needs to be passed along? Okay, that's good news. Again, I have had no reports of damage in Mobile County. We did have the report that there was a brief tornado confirmed on the ground near Codin and Bayou La Batterie earlier, but so far I have seen nothing in the way of specific damage. Getting some video in from down around the beaches, and tell you what, let's see if I can get that to a place where I can show you that. If you'll take me, do you have my laptop as a source? Let's take this video, I believe, is coming from Destin, Florida, showing the high waves here, kind of a choppy video, and that's due to my computer, but look at these waves in through here. Very high waves happening at the Northwest Florida beaches, and of course the waves would be even higher in Alabama and Mississippi as that storm surge continues to come on shore. This video is from Melissa McMillan with our Red Zone Weather sponsor, Hope Realty and Development. And so let's play this video one more time. Dangerous rip currents continue at the beaches. You've got double red flags flying at all the local beaches. Do not get in the water today. You know, 99% of folks watching this are never going to do something so boneheaded as to getting in the water during a hurricane. But nonetheless, we would encourage you to not get in the water. Let's go back over to LD2 and we'll zoom in and show you that, again, this is the radar presentation of Hurricane Ida. You can see this very, very well-defined eye wall racing towards Grand Isle, Louisiana. This thing is going to be on shore by 2 o'clock. There's no doubt about it at this point. The forward speed has remained very consistent, and we expected the storm to slow down a bit more than it has by now. Now, it's going to slow down most likely when it starts turning back to the north, but nonetheless, this is going to make landfall by 2 p.m. Central Time near Grand Isle, Louisiana, most likely as a high-end Category 4 hurricane, maybe even a Category 5 hurricane. That is a technicality at this point. Regardless of which category it makes landfall as, this is going to be a catastrophic situation for southeastern Louisiana. I see that we have a new tornado warning, but it's not for our local area. Let's zoom in and show you this. It's for that same storm. And what NWS New Orleans has done here, this possible tornado is moving out of our local area and into Jackson County, Mississippi. And so this does include areas near Hurley. If you know someone at Hurley, Mississippi, in Jackson County, you call them, you text them, you tag them in the comments below, let them know they are now under an active tornado warning due to this possible tornado emerging from areas near Grand Bay and Bayou La Battery in southwestern Mobile County. It's moving just like that. And so you've got about 10 minutes of lead time at Hurley, Mississippi, but nonetheless, we need you to get in that tornado safe place now. Don't wait. Wake up the kids. I realize it's early on a Sunday morning. I say it's early. What time is it? It's 8:14 a.m. We've been tracking this hurricane all night. And so it's 8:14 a.m. Most folks, I'm assuming, are awake at this point. But nonetheless, even if you're not, if you know someone in Hurley, call them. Let them know they've got a tornado warning in progress in Jackson County, Mississippi, valid until 9:15 a.m. local time. But I tell you, we're about to lose our tornado warning for our local area because this little tiny polygon down in southwestern Mobile County is all we have left at this point in terms of an active tornado warning for our local area. So again, for the folks at Grand Bay and points back to the southeast, Bayou La Battery and Codin, you get a tornado all clear. You can see that this polygon has been cleared out of all those communities. So again, Grand Bay, Codin, Bayou La Battery, also areas near Dauphin Island and Alabama Port. You are now okay with no more active tornado warning. You may get more later today, but as of now, you don't have a warning in place for those communities. And again, we're just waiting on this last little sliver of this polygon to go away, as the possible tornado is very near the state line, just to the north of Interstate 10 in a very sparsely populated part of Jackson County, Mississippi at this point. So that's your tornado warning that continues. Seeing, again, some reports coming out of this area indicating that traffic on Interstate 10 has been very heavy this morning, and that does not surprise me a bit. That is actually a good sign that folks back in Louisiana were getting out of the center path of Hurricane Ida. And certainly for the folks that did that, we applaud you. I know that the mayor of New Orleans did not issue a mandatory evacuation order, and you know there is some logic in that because she didn't want the interstates clogged, I guess. But nonetheless, for the folks in New Orleans, we hope that most of the folks got out of that city that sits below sea level, because the impacts in New Orleans are about to take a turn for the worse. Let's go back over to LD1. And again, I realize we're kind of bouncing between things this morning, but again, it's because we've got a historic situation with the eye of Hurricane Ida about to slam on shore near Grand Isle, Louisiana. Let's zoom in tightly and show you exactly what we're seeing near the center of the storm. Grand Isle is going to be right in through here. Let's see if we can zoom in. Look at that. You see that area of pink right there that developed. These are cloud tops that are very, very cold. And I know that sounds counterintuitive to what you may think, but when you start getting an eye wall that looks like this, there was Grand Isle, by the way, right here. When you start to see cloud tops that are this color on the infrared satellite shot, that lets us know that the cloud tops are very cold, meaning they extend very high into the sky. Very powerful rings surrounding this eye of this powerful hurricane. And let me see if I can actually pull up some visible imagery of this thing. You know, we've been looking at the infrared shot, but this is going to be the visible satellite shot just coming on the board this morning. And these images obviously will get better with time as we get more sunlight on this thing. But watch what happens. Here's your timestamp right up here. This thing has rapidly deepened over the last 6 hours, and now Ida is on the cusp of becoming a Category 5 hurricane. There's that inner eye wall structure. Look at how fast those clouds are moving around that eye right there, coming into Grand Isle and New Orleans. Again, the reason we are here, though, let's go back over to LD2, is because of this. We have a tornado warning that continues for the next few moments anyway for the far southwestern corner of Mobile County, north of Grand Bay, southwest of Dees. You may be wondering, well, what communities are involved? There are no defined communities on our map or really in this area involved. But again, for the folks that live there, you probably identify as having a Union Chapel address per se, or Dees or Grand Bay. Again, very heavy rain. Let's look at the velocity and see exactly where this possible tornado is. And I tell you, that signature is mighty broad. I don't see a defined couplet, unless, I guess this could be it, right in through here. And I say it's just not defined. You know, there is not that classic tornado structure, and that's going to be the situation today. These are low-topped cells that could easily, briefly produce a tornado, and that's classically what you see in powerful hurricanes in these outer bands. Let's see if we can go back over to the reflectivity and zoom out a bit. Let's talk about what's happening in the rest of southern Mobile County, because again, if you missed it, we gave a tornado all clear a bit earlier to Grand Bay, Coden, Bayou Battery, and also areas near Alabama Port and Dauphin Island. Yes, the weather is terrible in through here. You've got gusty winds and heavy rain, very heavy rain happening at Fort Morgan, back up to areas here near Barnwell and Magnolia Springs. That is a heavier cell that's training around this large counterclockwise circulation of Ida. But again, waiting for this tornado warning to go off of the board in Mobile County over the next little bit. I note, by the way, that this is the only tornado warning for any part of the United States this morning. So this is the only warning that you've got in the whole country right now in terms of a tornado warning. And clearly the tornado threat has moved into Mississippi from Alabama at this point. So at this point, we're just waiting on this cancellation message from the Weather Service in Mobile. Again, across the region, what you're going to have over the next few hours is more in the way of cells moving off of the Gulf of Mexico. You can see that here on the radar. Cells developing south of Pensacola, south of Orange Beach and Gulf Shores, south of Fort Morgan and Dauphin Island. All of those are going to continue to stream in from the south due to Hurricane Ida. And keep in mind, the core impacts of this hurricane for our local area in South Alabama and Northwest Florida will likely happen this evening into the overnight hours, extending into Monday. Yes, we may have more rogue tornado warnings even this morning and this afternoon, but the main event for our local area likely not to start until later today. And so we've got a long way to go. Pop some popcorn, get ready to just be patient. This hurricane is going to be moving into Louisiana and ultimately moving to our west, but it's moving north, and thus we're going to be on this eastern side of this storm, and thus many more impacts ahead. But because we don't have any tornado danger at this point for any part of South Alabama or Northwest Florida, what we are going to do in just a minute is say goodbye for now and go back to covering this in the app. But before we do that, I do want to show you a few things this morning in terms of the forecast and what you can expect. Let's see if we can pull up our convective outlook this morning because this has changed. There we go. If you'll go back over to LD1, please, sir. And here's your convective outlook today. And what does this mean? It's the classic convective outlook. We're now in a level 2 out of 5 risk due to exclusively a tornado threat. This is not a large hail threat. This is not a damaging straight line wind threat. This is a tornado risk for South Alabama, Northwest Florida, and much of Southeast Mississippi and Eastern Louisiana. And it's because of Hurricane Ida that is about to move on shore in the next few hours down in through here near Grand Isle. You can see that what the Storm Prediction Center has done along and east of that center of circulation involved in this higher tornado risk today. And so what that means is you've got to have a way to receive the warnings today into tonight before you go to sleep. And so that is what you need to be aware of in terms of a tornado risk. Let's go back over to LD2's, some good news to pass along. The Weather Service has finally canceled this tornado warning for southern Mobile County. The tornado risk is now clearly in Jackson County, Mississippi, and we now have no active tornado warning for any part of Mobile County. So again, tornado all clear for Mobile County. You may get more tornadoes over the next few hours, however. A tornado watch does continue until 7 o'clock tonight for the next 10 hours, basically, for all parts of Escambia, Baldwin, Mobile, and Washington counties in South Alabama, and also Escambia, Santa Rosa, and Okaloosa counties in Northwest Florida. More coverage coming in the Red Zone Weather app. On behalf of all of us at Red Zone Group LLC, I'm meteorologist Spinks Megginson saying goodbye for now. Have a good Sunday. Stay safe. Plenty more updates ahead. For you, it's going to be the daily ending video that we want to roll to end our coverage this morning. I hope you have a wonderful Sunday morning. If you have any questions, by the way, let me know in the comments below.
Be sure to find us across social media, and don't forget to download the free Red Zone Weather app and set up your customized alerts. Please support our Red Zone Weather sponsors who make our coverage possible every single day.